If all the women in the factory obey the one-child rule, it becomes a model factory, and they're all given extra bonuses. If a couple have a girl, they're often tempted to ignore the rules and try again for a son. But the factories carry out checks to ensure the women are not cheating in this way. Women who slip through the net and get pregnant are given an injection which will kill the baby. So the young mother, whose one aim is to love and care for her baby, all too often finds herself assailed by social pressures. The church may brand her as unclean. If she has a daughter, the baby girl may be unwanted, or she may be forced to have only one child. On top of all this, she may face another major dilemma. For many mothers, the need to work and the need to care for their young creates an intense conflict. In the modern world, it's not easy to do both at once. Something has to give, either the mother's earning ability or the fulfillment of her maternal love. For some women, when they set off to work, there's the problem of what to do with the children. They have to leave them behind and rely on someone else to care for them. These Indian mothers are forced by economic necessity to go out to work. If they don't, their families will starve. So these women must entrust the care of their children to a crèche, which, in this case, is run by a voluntary organisation. The parents have little or no control over the hour-by-hour experiences of these children or of what they might be learning. They must trust in the second-hand carers and hope that the days their children spend away from them will be as free from harm as possible. Here in Colombia, where poverty and large families go hand in hand, the harassed mother finds a different kind of solution to the maternal dilemma. Unable to pay for professional helpers, she enlists her older daughters to care for her younger ones and act as little mothers. At an age when small girls in the West are playing with toy babies in the shape of dolls, these Colombian girls are already taking on the heavy responsibility of caring for real ones. Sometimes, instead of enlisting younger family members, mothers go to the other extreme and turn to the older ones. Here in the Middle East, a mother has left her baby with her mother. The granny solution has the advantage of being both cost-free and reliable. At least the carer is someone the mother knows intimately and can trust totally. And older women have a few tricks up their sleeve for calming a baby at bedtime. Here in Greece, a working mother also uses the granny solution, handing over the care of her children to the older generation as she sets off for work. But the moment of separation between mother and child can sometimes be agonizingly unhappy. It's not always like that. If the infant is younger and the granny is skilled at holding its attention, it may not be upset at all when its mother leaves for work. Where families have not been broken up by modern lifestyles, the granny solution is probably the best way out of the maternal dilemma. In fact, the granny's ability to care for her grandchildren is probably the evolutionary reason why women live longer than men. With granny to help, this young mother is able to work happily in her village, confident that her child is in reliable hands. Here in the Polynesian islands of the South Pacific, there's a simple way in which children are cared for by the community. If the mother has to go and work on another island, then her neighbours will take over the task of rearing her young ones. There are no formalities, no adoption papers, no legal proceedings, just an abundance of loving and caring that's typical of a small, stress-free community like this one. Here in the Philippines, many mothers must face the ultimate dilemma. In order to support their young ones, they must leave them not for a couple of hours, but for a couple of years by going to seek work abroad in Singapore. The parting is heart-wrenching and totally unnatural, but the mother has little choice. In Singapore, these Filipino women must market their mothering skills in order to get jobs as maids.
I am 36 years old. I came from a province of Mindanao and I'm single. At present, I'm working in Singapore as a domestic helper.
Do you know that what is your post in Singapore? What is your duty?
To work hard, to follow all the rules of our employer.
I see.
The videos are watched in agencies like this one, where wealthy mothers come to seek Filipino maids to look after their children. In this case, one mother's dilemma is another mother's solution, and we're left with the unhappy situation in which neither the Filipino mother nor the Singaporean mother end up caring for their own children.
Easy, way to go, man. Way to make a mess. You guys move your cup.
Another totally different solution is employed by these women in Utah in the United States. They're not sisters or friends, but co-wives, all married to the same man.
Just like you guys.
Some of them lead busy professional lives, while others are happy to stay at home and care for the shared children. This female division of labour provides an apparently ideal solution to the maternal dilemma. It enables a mother to undertake a career and at the same time to ensure the best possible care for her children.
25 minutes after 4 o'clock here at Crystal and Classic Radio. I'm Lindy here with you until 6 o'clock this evening, whether you like it or not.
While she's at work, she can be confident that her children are in good hands.
Recorded at the Bullfrog Marina is 68 degrees.
This is the palace of the Fawn of Mancon in Cameroon, in West Africa. The Fawn also relies on a female division of labour to ensure that his many children are well cared for. He has more than 80 wives and over 100 children. It's impolite to ask him exactly how many. And the women divide up into working groups. Some, like these, toil in the fields, carefully watched over by their lord and master. It's hard work, but they concentrate single-mindedly on their tasks, secure in the knowledge that their children are being well looked after by other wives.